Moonrakers is a game for 1 to 5 players. Plays in 60 minutes to 120 minutes. That's probably short. It's probably going to be more like 3 hours. And it's from IV Studio. And what you're doing in this game is you are taking on the role of a person in this group, an outlaw group, I believe. It's in the book, I can't remember. But you're trying to become the head Moonraker. And the way you're doing that is you're going to be fulfilling contracts. You're going to be allying with your opponents to try to be the first person to hit 10 points. All that being said, it's a deck builder with some negotiation. You're trying to work with maybe one other opponent, 2, 3, 4 other opponents to try to complete this contract, to score points, get bonus cards, and get coins so you can buy other cards to make your deck bigger. So think Dominion in space with way nicer production and a little bit of cosmic encounter blended together. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table, check it out. All right, so here's a game of Moonrakers, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to give each player a player board, 2 coins, and a starting deck that has this breakdown here. So 3 reactors, 2 thrusters, 2 shields, 2 1 damage, and 1 miss. Shuffle that, deal 5. Each player is also going to get 3 objectives. You're going to keep 2, put 1 back in the bottom, and I've done that. The objectives normally go face down, but just so everybody can see, I have them face up. Then you're going to put these 2 boards out here. You're going to have the dispatch and the armory. Put all the coins where they go. The crew deck, you can shuffle it, flip 3. The ship parts deck, shuffle it, flip 6. The contract deck, you'll shuffle it and flip 8, but you only want 0 hazard, 1 hazard, or 2 hazards down here at the bottom. Any 3 or 4 will get shuffled back in the deck. And the regular cards, you probably can't see them. The basic cards that are here, they're extras when you buy ship parts. They're off to the top, so you can fill up your deck a little more. All right, the game is pretty easy. It's a deck builder, so it's going to function like a normal deck builder. But the way that this one works is you're trying to use your cards in your hand to complete contracts. You have a couple options to complete a contract. So you can take a contract. I can complete it myself. To complete it myself, I need to play a shield and a reactor on my turn. So this would not be one that I would pick because I don't have a shield. But I'm just showing you. So I can play that, do that, and I get the rewards. Or I can ask somebody for assistance, an ally. They would have to negotiate with me. We could both play cards on this turn to accomplish this mission, and then we would share the rewards. Or I can stay at the base, do nothing, and I can get a coin, a credit, draw 2 new objective cards and keep 1, and then discard one of these contracts if I don't like them. Then after that, you're going to use your credits to buy crew or ship parts, and then you're going to discard down to 5 and draw back up to 5. So let's see. This player's going first. They have 3 reactors, a damage, and a thruster. So let's see if there's anything that they can do. I'm just going to go ahead and complete this one right here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it by myself. And this is, so I'm going to play my card. So each card you play is 1 action. So and each card's going to give you a special ability. So all I'm going to do is play my reactor to get 2 additional actions. Then I'm going to play this one, and that's it, because I don't need to play any more cards. Everything's going to get discarded anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I've completed this mission. So I will get 0 prestige. The game ends when someone gets to 10, and I'll get 3 coins. So now I have more money. I wanted to get this to have more money to buy some stuff, which is what I did. So when you do that, you discard your hand. This contract goes away. You refill the contracts. And then you're going to buy as much stuff as you want to buy. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this, even though I don't know what it is, just so I can show you how it works. So I buy this, I spend 5 credits. So that's all my money. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to get the cards into my deck that's up here. So I'll get 1 more reactor. So I take a reactor, put it in my discard pile. And now I have this ability for the rest of the game, or until I get rid of this part. So reactor cards, which usually would cost 1 action, I can play for free. So I can play a card down. If I need more actions, I can play a reactor for free and, you know, get a little bit more stuff done. Then after that, you refill the ship parts and draw back up to 5. So I did that. Now it's this player's turn. Same thing. So they're going to do the same thing. They can complete a contract by themselves. They can ask for an ally or stay at base. And let's see. They need to complete a kill contract or an explore contract by themselves. Is there any way to do that? No. But they're going to go ahead and do this one by themselves to see if it's something they can do. All right, so they're taking this contract. They're not going to ask me for help. So then I need to play some cards. So first thing I'm going to do is play a reactor, which gives them 2 more cards. They will play their thruster, which will let them draw 2 cards. It's a little tight on the table. Sorry about that. So they will draw 2 cards. All right. Then they're going to play nothing else because they need to have a shield, which they do not have. So they will fail this mission. So when you fail the mission, nothing bad happens. But you won't get the reward. So basically, you discard this, nothing bad happens. You basically wasted your turn. But now you have 2 coins to be able to buy something, and they're going to buy this crew member. Cost 2. That's going to give them a special ability, and it will work for a crew. See, this one needs 3 crew as a crew to accomplish a contract. So that goes into their discard pile. They spend the 2, and that's it. All right. Now I want to show you some contracts that require hazard dice because I want to go over that. So, and I'll do a negotiation. So let's see here. So we need another contract. All right. So let's do this one. All right. It's not good. It's not good. All right. So I'm going to ask for help. They said they'll help me because they have these cards in their hand. I don't know what they are, but they say, hey, I can provide a green. I can provide an orange for sure. And I say, okay, good. I need an orange. That will work pretty well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to negotiate the rewards. So I say I'll take the point and the money. They can have the cards, but they have to roll 1 die. So they say that's fine. So they're going to roll a die and I'll roll a die. So I roll my die. They roll their die. All right, now both of us have to play 2 shields or we're going to get hit for damage, which makes every shield hazard we can't block, we go back 1. So I'll play first. Whoever's mission leader, which is the person who picked the contract, gets to pick who goes first, and I will go first. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, and I'm hoping, let's put that right there. I'm hoping that I can draw a reactor because I need to play some more cards. Because I can play reactors without taking an action per my ship part. So let's see. So I'm drawing 2. I did get a reactor, sweet. So I get a reactor. Now I have 2 more actions, so I will play 1 for this. I'll draw 2. And I'll play this. Then I can play a reactor for free. Then I'll play both of these. All right, so I protected against both my hazards, and then the rest of my cards will get discarded. All right, now it's this player's turn. They need to get an orange card in order for me to be able to win this contract and for us to get the rewards. So let's see here. 1, 2, okay, so they had to draw back up to 5. All right, sweet. So they're just going to go ahead. They're not going to be around the bush. They're just going to play this. They'll discard the rest of their cards because it doesn't matter. And we have completed the mission, the contract. So now I'll get the point and I can't remember. I think I'll get the point and the coins. So blue will move up 1. They'll get the card, so they can take either the top, the crew, or the ship. They'll take the crew, so they get this card, goes in the discard pile. And then I blocked both mine. They have to take 2 damage, but they're at 0, so it doesn't really matter. So then I also get 2 coins. And then I would go back to the buying phase, do all that again, discard all this mess. And it'll be the next player's turn. But first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that if you completed any contracts. So on your turn, you can also complete contracts if they apply. I haven't met that, but each contract's worth a point. So this player's looking to do some orange contracts by themselves or blue contracts by themselves. So they can do that, they'll get a point. And again, the game's going to keep going like that until one player makes it all the way up to 10 and they're the winner. I think you could probably house rule it and say like you just played a 7, but the full game is to 10. And that's it. So that is how you play Moonrakers. Let's go up the top, see what you think about it. All right, well, that was Moonrakers. First off, before we get started with anything else, I want to look at the production in this. So you saw a little bit of it in the video, but I love the way this board looks. Look at this. It's got the shiny foil art on it, on some of it, not on this, but I really love the Stark. It looks like it's a computer program. The colors, it tells you how to set up the game. This player board is equally as amazing. It shows you your starting card setup, the color of your ship. It even looks like the ship token that you're playing with. So, you know, it's got this green ship is this green ship right here. To put your ship parts, discard, draw pile, objectives, where you're going to be playing your cards if you have a table that's big enough, unlike what I did in the overview. All that is great. I really like the card art on these contracts. Let me get a contract here. I think this looks awesome. The graphic design is killer. I like the Stark. Just, it looks like a space game, but it looks really nice and classy. The cards are nice. The backs of all the cards are really easy to tell apart. Here's an action card. Here's a contract. Easy to see. Actions are pretty self-explanatory. They have icons. They have colors. Everything you need to see there is there and good to go. I can't say enough about the cards and the boards. Now let's talk about my favorite part. So I got the Kickstarter exclusive edition. So I'm not sure if this comes standard, but metal coins. These metal coins are really nice. So this is a 3 credit and this is a 1 credit. They're really nice. They're kind of heavy. They clang on the table. They just feel really good. The insert, I don't know how well you can see this, but the insert holds everything in there really well. All the cards are sorted out. They have pictures on what cards go where, places for the ships, the dice, the coins. So good. It might be a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but it looks amazing. So production and graphic design and art, top notch. That gets a 10 out of 10 for me. That is amazing. Now let's talk about the gameplay. So this is a deck builder with some negotiation. So it's normal deck builder stuff. You're using coins to buy other cards to make your deck bigger. But this one's a little different because there are some cards that you can't buy and you can only get them by buying the ship parts. So like I bought that blue ship part in the overview or the gameplay, and it came with a reactor card. So you can buy crew and you can buy ship parts, but you can never buy those generic starting cards. And you're going to need those cards as the game progresses to fulfill some of the harder contracts. So yeah, you can buy crew. Crew is awesome. They give you special abilities. They're going to fulfill contract needs as well. But you also need to have reactors, thrusters, shields, attack, and damage and misses to fulfill some other stuff. So you need all that stuff. So that's an interesting concept. Now, the thing that I don't love the negotiation piece. I feel like it makes the game drag on a little too long. Everything on these contract cards is up for negotiation. So like if we were working this card, if I was going to have some allies, we'd have to discuss how we're going to divvy up the 3 points, how we're going to divvy up the coins, and who's going to roll the dice. So before we can even start the mission, we have to divvy up all that. Then when we start the mission, everybody who's involved in this contract has to play cards. So on one round, you can spend 10 minutes on one contract working through the negotiation. There's a thing in the rule book where you can use a timer. Probably not a bad idea, but we didn't do that. So keep in mind, the negotiation can get a little heady. And you can also do the mean thing where you can agree to help somebody and then not play anything to help them. I don't know why you would necessarily do that unless you have an objective that says so, because there are a few objectives that say you need to fail a mission as an ally. But outside of that, there's no benefit to that. You're not winning any cards. You're not winning any points. You're not winning any coins. So I don't see the point in that. So I would just take that off the table unless you have one of those objectives where you need to do it. Then after that, don't be a jerk and play the game, as a quality human being. So the negotiation I don't love. Makes the game go on a little too long. I may do a house rule where I would play to 7 instead of 10 just to make it a little bit shorter. Especially at 4, it can go on for a bit. At 5, I would never play this at 5 because, whoa, that's way too long. It would be way too long in my opinion. But 4, I would play to less than 10 just so I don't have to spend 3 hours playing a deck builder ultimately. But all that being said, the game is really good. It's really fun. The deck building part is cool. The artwork's amazing. The negotiation is even fun. I just think it takes it on a little too long. So I am going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10, which is a 3.75 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's Moonrakers from IV Studios. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.